Now we can see balanced chemical equation in detail. So this is our equation. So it is a balanced chemical equation. Now I am going to tell why it is a balanced chemical equation. So first of all, check the equation carefully. So we have CaO plus CO2 gives CaCO3. This is the equation. So first of all, we can see that there are two reactants. We write reactants on the left side of the equation. So this is the left side of the equation. On the left side, we have reactants. Now there are two reactants. First one, CaO, that is its name calcium oxide. Second reactant, CO2, so we know carbon dioxide. Then arrow mark, after arrow mark on the right side of the equation, there is product. So in this case there is only one product, that's CaCO3. So it's calcium carbonate. These are the two reactants, CaO and CO2, they are the reactants, and we have one product, CaCO3. Now I'm going to count the number of atoms of each element on the reactant and product side. If we get equal number of atoms on both reactant and product side, we can see that it's a balanced chemical equation. So for that we can count the number of atoms of each element. So first of all, we will find out which are the different elements present in this equation. So the first reactant CaO. In CaO, that is calcium oxide, first we can see that Ca is atom. Which atom is this? Calcium. So first atom or first element Ca, we have taken Ca from CaO, so calcium. Then next one O means oxygen, so the next atom is oxygen atom. So these are the two atoms present in the first reactant. In CaO we have only two different atoms. First atom Ca, that is calcium, second one oxygen, O. Now we will check the second reactant. Second reactant, carbon dioxide. In carbon dioxide we can see that the first atom is C, that is carbon, and one more atom is in carbon dioxide, it is oxygen. So that's already we have taken. So now we can say that there are the three different atoms. First one Ca, calcium, second one oxygen, third one carbon. So these are the only three atoms present in this equation. And on the right side also we will have only the same elements. So in every equation the elements on both the side will be same only. See, on the left side we have seen Ca is there, O is there, and C is there. So the same elements will appear on the right side. So we can check it. In CaCO3, in the product Ca, so first atom Ca we have written, second one capital letter C, that is carbon we have, then third one oxygen, O. So these are the three different atoms present in this equation. Now we are going to count the number of atoms on both the side, that is, now we have written reactant and product side. That means now we will count the number of each element in the reactant and product side. If we get equal number, then it's a balanced chemical equation. So first we will count first element Ca. So first we will count the number of Ca atoms on the reactant side, that is left side of the equation. So on the left side of the equation we have two substances, that is CaO and CO2. So Ca is present in the first one, in CaO, and the number of Ca atoms in CaO will be 1. So we have seen that if there is no subscript means the number is 1. So the number of Ca in this compound is 1. And what about in CO2? In CO2 there is no Ca atom. So Ca element is present only in CaO when you take reactant side. So the number of Ca atoms on the reactant side, there we have only one Ca atom. Now we will count the number of Ca atoms on the right side. So on the right side we have only one compound CaCO3. So in CaCO3 also see the subscript, no subscript, that means CaCO3 means, so Ca1CO3. So the number of Ca atom is 1 on the product side, that is on the right side. So we can see that number of Ca atoms on the reactant Ca1 and number of Ca atoms on the product is also 1. So equal number of calcium atoms on both the sides. So like this we have to count number of each element. Now next one we are going to consider second atom, oxygen. How many oxygen atoms on the reactant side? So first of all, oxygen, we can see oxygen is present in the first compound, that is in CaO there is oxygen atom, and oxygen is also present in CO2. So oxygen is present in both the reactant. So when we have to count the total number of oxygen atom. That is, from CaO we have only one oxygen atom. One oxygen atom, plus in CO2 how many oxygen atom? 2. CO2, therefore 2 oxygen atoms. So 1 plus 2, 3. We will get 3 oxygen atom. So from CaO, O1, so 1 oxygen, plus from CO2 2 oxygen atoms, so 1 plus 2, 3 oxygen atoms on the reactant side. Now on the product side, how many oxygen atoms? So in CaCO3 we have only one product. In CaCO3 this is the oxygen atom, so number of oxygen atom 3. That is equal number of oxygen atom. Oxygen on the left side O1 plus O2, that is 1 plus 2, 3 oxygen atom, on the right side 3 oxygen atoms. Now we have one more element in this equation, one more atom, that is C, capital letter C, that is carbon. Carbon on the reactant side. So on this reactant side, in first compound there is no carbon. In calcium oxide, in CaO there is no carbon. This is not C, this is Ca. We have to take C and A together. So this is calcium. This C is not carbon. Then where is carbon in the reactant? See, in carbon dioxide there is carbon. And CO2 means C1O2. So number of carbon atoms on the reactant side only 1. So carbon appears only in CO2. Number of carbon atoms on the left side is only 1. So number of carbon atoms on the reactant side we have 1. Now in CaCO3. In CaCO3 where is carbon? This is the carbon. That is CaCO3. That is C1O3. Here also number of carbon atoms we will get 1. So we can see that there is equal number of atoms of each element on both reactant and product side. So that is calcium, number of calcium atoms 1 on both reactant and product side, number of oxygen atoms 3 on reactant and product side, and the last one carbon atoms 1 on both the sides. So we have equal number of atoms on both the sides of the equation. Both the sides means reactant and product side. So if we have equal number of atoms on both reactant and product side, so this type of equation is called balanced chemical equation. So this type of equation is called balanced chemical equation. So the condition for balanced chemical equation is that it's clear now. We have to get equal number of atoms of each element on both the reactant and product side. So this is the condition required for balanced chemical equation. Now we will discuss some more examples of balanced chemical equation. So these equations, the equations which we are going to discuss all are already balanced equation. We are going to discuss only balanced chemical equations. We will count number of atoms of all the elements on both reactant and product side. So all these are already balanced chemical equation. But why we are going to check this because you have to know how to count the number of atoms. So for the practice we are going to consider more balanced chemical equations. So all these examples are given in the note, so you can practice yourself. So the first equation we have 2Na plus 2H2O gives 2NaOH plus H2. So in previous session we have discussed this reaction. Sodium metal reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So this is the equation of that reaction. Now we are going to find out the number of atoms of this equation. So it is already balanced chemical equation. We are going to count. So you should know how to count the number of atoms. So for the practice you have to do all this yourself. So this reaction, in this case we have two reactants and two products. So we can write like this element. Under this we will write all the elements, all the different atoms present in this equation. Then we will count the number of each atom on the reactant side and also number of each atom on the product side. So for that, first of all we will find out which are the different elements present in this equation. So first of all we will consider the reactant side. First one, Na, sodium. So the first atom we can write Na. Na is we have taken now. Second compound H2O. From H2O first atom H, hydrogen, and we have one more atom in H2O, that is oxygen. So these are the three elements present. Only three atoms are present in this equation, Na, H and O. So on the right side also we will have the same atoms only. Na we have taken, then O we have written, then H is here, then again H we have taken. So these are the three different atoms present in this equation, Na, H and O. Now we will count the atoms on both the reactant and product side. So first of all we have to consider Na, number of Na atoms on the reactant side. So where is Na? On the reactant side we have only two reactants and Na is present only in the first reactant. There is no Na in second reactant. And number of Na atoms, 2 into 1, 2. 2 is the coefficient here, therefore 2 ones are 2. Na 1. So 2 into 1, 2. Since 2 is the coefficient of Na. So 2 into 1, 2. Number of sodium atoms on the reactant side, 2. Now number of Na atoms, sodium atoms on the right side. On the right side Na is in the first product. There is no Na in the second product. And again number of Na atom, 2 into 1, 2. 2 ones are 2. 2 sodium atoms. 2 into 1, 2 sodium atoms. Left side also 2 into 1, 2 sodium atoms. So equal number of Na atoms on both the sides. Now hydrogen, H. H we have, there is no H on the reactant side, and in second reactant there is H. That is 2 is the coefficient. So 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4. So number of hydrogen atom, 2 into 2, 4. Now number of hydrogen atoms on the right side, and in the first compound there is, in the first product there is H, in second product also there is H. So we have to consider both the products. So 2 into 1, H1, therefore 2 ones are 2 hydrogen plus, why plus? Because in second product also we can see there is hydrogen, and number of hydrogen atom in this case H2, there is no coefficient. So number of hydrogen atom here 2. So 2H, 2 ones are 2, 2 hydrogen plus again 2 hydrogen atoms. So 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogen atoms. So we have 4 hydrogen atoms on the right side. So 2 ones are 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 4. So 4 hydrogen atoms on both the sides of the equation. Now one atom is left, that is oxygen. Number of oxygen atom on the reactant side. On the reactant side there is no oxygen in the first reactant, and where is oxygen? Only in the second reactant. So oxygen is here, O1. So 2 into 1, 2. 2 ones are 2. 2 oxygen atoms on the left side. Now what about the second one? On the right side, number of oxygen atom. Oxygen is present only in the second product. There is no oxygen in the second product, only oxygen is in the first product. So that is 2 ones, 2 into 1, 2 ones are 2. So like this we can count the number of atoms on both the sides. So we can see that equal number of atoms, 2 sodium atoms on both sides, 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms on both the sides. So equal number of atoms on both the sides. So it is a balanced chemical equation. Then we have another case. See, it is also a balanced chemical equation. So you have to know how to count the atoms. So for the practice, we can do this also. So in this case, same steps. First, we will analyze the equation and we will write the different atoms present in this equation. So first of all, C reactants we have CS2 plus 3Cl2 and the product CCl4 plus S2Cl2. So we don't want to find out the name of the reactant and product. We have to count only the number of atoms. So we don't want to get the name of these reactants and products. So which are the atoms present in this equation? We can see that in CS2, from CS2, first one C, carbon, S, capital letter S, that is sulfur, and from second reactant Cl, that is chlorine. So carbon, sulfur, chlorine, these are the 3 atoms present. So last year we have learned symbols of the important elements. So from that we can clear C, carbon, S, sulfur, Cl. So only 3 elements are present in this equation. On the right side also we have C, that is from CCl4 C. This is C, capital letter C, carbon, Cl, chlorine we have written, then S2, that is capital letter S, sulfur, then Cl we have. So these are the 3 different atoms present in this equation. Then we can easily count the number of atoms. First of all, we will count the number of carbon atoms on both the sides. Carbon atoms on reactant side, where is carbon? Carbon is in the first reactant, there is no carbon in the second reactant. This is not representing carbon, this is not carbon, this is Cl, chlorine. So carbon is only in this, in CS2. In CS2, how many carbon atom? CS2, C1, S2, that is number of carbon atom 1. Then on the product side, where is carbon? In CCl4 there is carbon and there is no carbon in S2Cl2. So CCl4, that is C1Cl4. So number of carbon atom C1Cl4, number of carbon 1, C1Cl4. Now next is sulfur. Sulfur is in the first reactant, there is no sulfur in second reactant. Sulfur, how many sulfur atoms in CS2? S2. Subscript 2, therefore 2 sulfur atoms. Then on the right side we have no sulfur atoms in the first product. Where is sulfur? In S2Cl2 there is sulfur. So S2, therefore number of sulfur atoms 2. Now Cl, chlorine. Number of chlorine atoms on the reactant side. In this case no chlorine atom, so we have to consider only this. 3 is the coefficient, therefore 3 into 2, 6. 3 2s are 6. So number of chlorine atoms on the reactant side 6. Next, number of chlorine atoms on the product side. In this there is chlorine in the first product, in second product also there is chlorine. Cl4, no coefficient, Cl4, therefore 4 chlorine atoms from the first one, plus, because in second product also there is Cl atom. In second product Cl2, so 4 plus 2, 2Cl, 4 plus 2, 6 chlorine atoms. On the left side 3 into 2, 6 chlorine atoms. On the right side 4 plus 2, 6 chlorine atoms. So equal number of atoms of these 3, C, S and Cl. So it's a balanced chemical equation. Now the next one, third example, Al2O3 plus 6HCl gives rise to 2AlCl3 plus 3H2O. Same steps, first we will find out the different elements. From Al2O3, aluminium oxide, first element we have Al, aluminium, O, oxygen, and from this HCl, hydrochloric acid, HCl, first one H, hydrogen, next Cl, chlorine. Don't take it is as carbon, it is not carbon, it is chlorine, because after C there is L, so it is Cl, chlorine. Then same elements will be present on the right side also. Al is there, then oxygen, then hydrogen, then Cl. So these are the 4 different atoms present in this equation. Now we will count the number of atoms on both the reactant and product side. First, aluminum atoms on the reactant side. Aluminum in reactant side, aluminum is in the first reactant, there is no aluminum in the second reactant. So number of aluminum atoms 2. No coefficient, so Al 2. Then on the right side, on the product side, where is aluminum? Yes, in AlCl3 there is aluminum. There is no aluminum. So in first product there is aluminum 2 into 1. 2 ones are no subscript, therefore 2AlCl3 means 2Al1Cl3. 2 ones are 2. 2 ones are 2. 2 aluminum atoms. Now oxygen. Oxygen on the left side, oxygen is in the first reactant. There is no oxygen. So number of oxygen atom 3. And right side, in AlCl3 no oxygen atom, then where is oxygen? Only in H2O. And 3 into 1, 3 ones are 3. H2O 1, that is 3 into 1, 3. 3 oxygen atoms on the right side. Now hydrogen. Hydrogen is not hydrogen in the first reactant. Where is hydrogen? In HCl. 6 into 1. 6 ones are 6. 6 hydrogen atoms. Then on the right side, number of hydrogen atom. In AlCl3 no hydrogen atoms. Then hydrogen atoms is here in the second product. 3 into 2. 3 2s are 6. 6 hydrogen atoms. Now Cl, last atom we have, the final one, chlorine, Cl. In Al2O3 no Cl atom. Cl is in the second reactant. Cl. 6 into 1, 6. 6 ones are 6. 6 into 1, 6 chlorine atoms. Then right side, chlorine is in the first product. There is no chlorine. So number of chlorine atoms on the reactant side, 2 into 3. 2 3s are 6. 6 chlorine atoms. So in this case we can see that equal number of atoms, 2 aluminum atoms, 3 oxygen atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms and 6 chlorine atoms. We have equal number of atoms on both the sides, so it's a balanced chemical equation. So consider this equation. PbNO3 twice plus 2Ki gives PbI2 plus 2KNO3. We are going to count the number of atoms. So for that, first of all we will write the atoms. See the first reactant PbNO3 twice. So the first one will be Pb, lead. The first one Pb, first element, first atom Pb, lead. Then we have N, capital letter N, that is nitrogen. Then O3, O, oxygen. Then from second reactant Ki, potassium iodide. K, potassium, I, capital letter I, iodine. So these are the atoms present in this equation. We have Pb, lead, nitrogen, oxygen, K, potassium, iodine. Then on the right side, same elements. Pb we have, then N, in KNO3, oxygen, then K, last one iodine. Now we are going to count. First we will count the number of Pb atoms, lead atoms. On the reactant side, lead is in the first reactant PbNO3 twice. In PbNO3 twice, that is PbNO3 twice means Pb1NO3 twice. So number of Pb, number of lead atoms 1. And why 1? Because there is no Pb in the second reactant. Pb is only in the first reactant, PbNO3 twice and Pb1. Now on the right side, in first product there is Pb, there is no Pb. So PbI2, that is Pb1I2. So number of Pb atoms 1, lead atoms 1. Now N, nitrogen. Nitrogen, in first reactant there is nitrogen, in second one no nitrogen. So we will consider only the first one, PbNO3 twice. And we can see that N is inside the bracket. So when you count the number of N, we have to consider the outside number also. So NO3, that is N1O3. that is 1 into 2 because N is inside the bracket. So 1 into 2, 2. 2 nitrogen atoms. On the right side, no nitrogen in the first product. In second product, there is nitrogen. 2 into 1. 2 into 1, 2. 2 ones are 2. 2 nitrogen atoms. Oxygen. Next one, oxygen. In first reactant, there is oxygen. In PbNO3, twice. There is no oxygen in Ki. So we can calculate oxygen atoms. Oxygen is also inside the bracket. So we have to multiply by outside number. Outside number is 2. Therefore, 3 into 2, 6. 3 into 2, 6. 6 oxygen atoms. Now, on the right side, number of oxygen atom. In this case, no oxygen. In second product, there is oxygen. 2 into 3. 2 into 3, 6 oxygen atoms. Now, next one, potassium K. Number of K atoms. In first reactant, no K atoms. In second reactant, there is K. 2 into 1, 2. 2 K atoms, potassium atoms. And on the right side, no K in this case. In second one, there is K. Potassium 2 into 1, 2. 2 atoms. Now, the next one, iodine. I. Capital letter I means iodine. Next atom, iodine. There is no I in PbNO3 twice. I is in the second reactant. 2 into 1. 2 into 1, 2. 2 iodine. In right side, on the right side, I, 2. There is no I in the second product. So, number of I atoms on the right side, 2. So, again, it is also balanced chemical equation. Pb equal number 1. Nitrogen 2 atoms on both sides. Oxygen 6 atoms on the side. 2 K atoms. Then 2 iodine atoms. So, equal number on both the sides. So, it is a balanced chemical equation. Now, we can consider the next one. Next example, equation is Mg3N2 plus 6H2O gives 3MgOH twice plus 2NH3. First, we will write all the different atoms. First one, Mg, magnesium. Next one, N, nitrogen. Next, hydrogen, H. In H2O, there is H, hydrogen, then oxygen. We have Mg, then N, then hydrogen, then oxygen. So, these are the 4 elements, only 4 elements, 4 atoms. Now, I will count all these. First of all, Mg. Mg3N2 6H2O. So, Mg is only in first reactant. So, number of Mg atoms 3, Mg3. 3 Mg atoms. On the right side, where is Mg? In first compound. In MgOH twice, there is Mg atom. There is no Mg. So, magnesium atom 3 into 1, 3. 3 magnesium atoms. 3 Mg atoms. Now, second one, nitrogen N. Nitrogen only in the first reactor. In Mg3N2, 2 nitrogen atoms. There is no nitrogen. So, number of N on reactant side 2. Now, next, number of nitrogen on right side. Where is nitrogen? Only in second product, that is 2 into 1, 2. 2 nitrogen atoms. Next, hydrogen. Hydrogen, there is no hydrogen. Hydrogen is in the second one. 6 into 2. 6 2s are, because coefficient 6. 6 2s are 12. On the right side, we can see that hydrogen is in the first product. Hydrogen is also present in the second product. So, we have to consider both the products. So, how to count this? In the first, in MgOH twice, H is inside the bracket. So, we have to consider outside number. And also there is coefficient 3. So, 3 OH means H1. So, 3 into 1, 3. Then 3 into 2, 6. 3 ones are 3. Then 3 twos are 6. So, 6 hydrogen atoms from first product. Then, don't write 6 here because hydrogen is also present in the second product. See, in NH3 there is hydrogen atom. Now, from NH3, how many hydrogen atoms we can get? 2 into 3, 6 hydrogen atoms. So, 6 hydrogens from MgOH twice, 6 hydrogen atoms from NH3, 6 plus 6, 12. So, 12 hydrogen atoms on the reactant side. 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen from MgOH twice. 2 into 3, 6 hydrogen atoms from NH3. 6 plus 6, 12 hydrogen atoms. Now the last one, oxygen. There is no oxygen. In this case, there is oxygen. 6 into 1, 6 oxygen atoms on the left side, on the reactant side. Now on the product side, where is oxygen? There is no oxygen. In first product, there is oxygen. O is inside the bracket. So we have to consider the outside number also. And also there is coefficient 3. So 3 into 1, O1. So 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 2, 6. So 6 oxygen atoms. So we have equal number of atoms on both the sides. So it's a balanced chemical equation. Now today's last example, that is we have 3Cu plus 8HNO3 gives 3CuNO3 twice plus 2NO plus 4H2O. This is the equation. Now first of all we will write the different atoms. From Cu we have Cu, copper atom, then HNO3. HNO3, first one H, N, then next one O. Only 4 elements. Cu copper, H, N, O. Copper, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. We will count the number of atoms. First of all, we will count the number of Cu atoms on the reactant side. There is Cu and in this case no Cu. So number of Cu atoms on the reactant side, 3 into 1, 3. 3 Cu atoms from reactant side. And from product side, Cu is in the first product. In second and third product, no Cu atoms. So we will take only first product. 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 1, 3. Now, hydrogen atoms. Hydrogen, no hydrogen in this first reactant. Hydrogen is here. So 8 into 1, 8. 8 HNO3. So 8 into 1, 8. And on the right side, where is hydrogen? In CuNO3, twice no hydrogen. In 2NO, no hydrogen atoms. In the last one, in H2O, there is hydrogen. Coefficient is 4. Therefore, 4 into 2, 8. 8 hydrogen atoms. Now, next atom, nitrogen. No nitrogen in the first reactant. In HNO3, there is nitrogen. So, 8 into 1, 8 nitrogen atoms. 8 nitrogen atoms. Now, next, number of nitrogen atoms on the right side. We can see that, check the equation carefully, nitrogen is present in the first product and also in the second product. So we have to take nitrogen from both the products. From CuNO3 twice, how many nitrogen atom? Nitrogen is inside the bracket, so we have to multiply by 2. Also there is coefficient 3. So NO3 means N1O3. So 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 2, 6. So 6 nitrogen atoms from CuNO3 twice. And from 2NO, how many nitrogen atoms? 2 into 1. 2N1O1. So 2 into 1, 2. 2 nitrogen atoms. So total we have 6 plus 2, 8 nitrogen atoms on the product side. Now, the last final one, oxygen. Oxygen, we can count oxygen from left side. There is no oxygen in the first reactant. Oxygen is in the second reactant, HNO3. So 8 into 3. 8 3s are 24. 24 oxygen atoms on the left side. Now on the right side, we can see that oxygen is present in CuNO3 twice. Oxygen is also present in 2NO. Again in last product in 4H2 also there is oxygen. So we can see that oxygen atom is present in all the 3 products. So from all the 3 products we have to take oxygen atom. See, from CuNO3 twice, how many oxygen atom? Oxygen is inside the bracket. So 3 into 3, 9. 9 2s are 18. Why? Because O is inside the brackets. So multiply by 2. 3 into 3, 9. 9 2s are 18. 18 oxygen atoms from first product. From second product, how many oxygen atoms? 2 into 1, 2 oxygen atoms. Now, from last product, how many oxygen atoms? 4H2O. Therefore, 4 into 1, 4. 4 oxygen atoms. So we have 18 plus 2 plus 4. 18 oxygen atom from first product, 2 oxygen atom from second product, and 4 oxygen atoms from third product. So total number of oxygen atoms on the right side will be 18 plus 2 plus 4. So 18 plus 2 plus 4, we will get 24. So number of oxygen atoms on the RHS 24 atoms, nitrogen atoms 8 equal, hydrogen 8, Cu 3 atoms equal. So all the atoms are equalized on both the sides of the equation. So we can say that it's a balanced chemical equation. So all these examples are given in the notes. So you have to practice all these examples yourself. Write the equation on the page. Then you can count the number of atoms on both reactant and product side and study well.